All right, we're live. We have a question. If you got a question, go to assholeconsulting.com where I, the world's only professional asshole answer. I'm getting questions a lot. This is not uncommon where people ask me about the country. I never thought all my traveling and vagabonding would pay off, but it did. So people keep asking me about different places in the United States, which maybe I have probably driven to, but I may not have spent a lot of time in. So a lot of this is just drive-through territory stuff. Hi, Aaron. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. I'll get right to the point. I just purchased a new home in Henderson, Nevada. I love it. Great place in a safe, quiet part of town that's pretty close to the main attractions. Yeah, I've been recommending people, especially if they're older, if you just want a quiet part of Vegas, go to Boulder City. Like if you don't want to go to the casinos, you don't care to go to and you won't as a citizen of Nevada or Las Vegas. No one goes to the Strip. I mean, it's there if you want it, and there's plenty of off-strip casinos. But yeah, Henderson's nice. I like Henderson. Great place, safe. Since I'm a former Californian, I plan to keep the property for a long time, both because I like the area and to take advantage of all the low Nevada taxes. Here's the problem with Henderson for any future residents. The pollen allergy season between March and June is brutal as fuck. That then leads into summer heat from June to early September. That is also brutal as fuck. So Henderson is a great place from Labor Day to St. Patrick's Day. I have some excess cash from my company's stock spike due to COVID-19. Without giving too much detail, my company's software helps professionals from home. Oh, good. Yeah, some people benefited from this. I'd like to do some research in cities in the West that have good air quality, nice nature environments, and solitude without being too far off the grid. Since you are a traveler as well, I would like to get your feedback on these cities if you've spent time there. Not asking you to select one, just want to get your perspective. Here's the problem. I don't know. I had a massive allergic reaction when I was 3. The long story, and my dad will be spending whatever time he has in a cheap nursing home because of it. That's where I have this cough. I have to constantly clear my throat. It's not smoker's cough. I've had it since 3. So I've always had, I was allergic to everything. And so I just built up a resilience to it, and I still have this irritation. So I don't notice allergy season. Some people it affects really, really bad. But I've never come to a town like, whoa, pollen must be going on here. I don't. I'm always coughing and clearing my nose. So I could tell you other things about them and whether the wind will clear it. Like Vegas is in a basin. That might be one of the reasons why. Because you could see the smog, it just sits there. So unless there's a really good wind kicking that pollution out of the basin, out of the valley, yeah, everything kind of stays there. Research is my initial thought is to spend some time in these cities and others you could recommend to see if my potential future March through September home is there. I would likely spend a few months in these areas to see if I like them and perhaps purchase something in the next couple of years. I don't know if I'd spend a month each in these areas, but like during that time, drive there to make sure the pollen isn't bad. Just do a tour, quickly drive through. Even maybe research pollen. There's been plenty of research, just weather channels like, oh, the pollen factor is really. Or if you think that it's more reasonable to rent an Airbnb for the spring, summer season, give me your opinion. I like that because, look, you already got your place in Nevada. You already have the no state income taxes if you're a resident there. And you don't want to just run and buy another house. You may not even want to buy another house. Just get an Airbnb and let's try out this town. Let's try out that town. One summer goes by, you could, or a 6-month season goes by, you could go and you could trial a lot of places Airbnb. 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there. Give me your opinion. Keep in mind that Henderson will be my primary residence, so I don't expect to pay income taxes in any of these states, only property tax. Here are the cities I would like to get on your feedback below. Oop. Come on, that's not it. There we go. Please add any to the list or not. All right, Colorado Springs. Not bad. It's not Denver. Mountains are right there. I would presume they don't have a pollen issue in that the wind comes right off and there's no mountains to its east. It's just flat prairie, goes all the way off to Nebraska. So I think that have better air quality, but keep in mind you got the mountains right there. There's going to be pollen coming out. Pueblo, Colorado is kind of a shithole. If you're going to go along that Highway 25 corridor down to New Mexico, I'd recommend going to Trinidad. Take a look at that one. That's a small little town. I think it's a little more cozy. Now it's a little bit more hippie and kind of grungy too, but Pueblo, Colorado isn't that nice of a town. Colorado Springs is nicer. Twin Falls, Idaho, I have not been there. I know Boise I was not excited about, but maybe Twin Falls is a little bit nicer. There, where is that? South of the Bitterroots, Twin Falls. Was that on the other side of Yellowstone? There's 84. God, where the hell is that? Idaho Falls. There's Twin Falls. Well, that's way south. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit out of... Yeah, I haven't been in that area. It's one of the few areas, a stretch of land. I've never been east of Boise. And the next place over was Yellowstone, where I was at. The place where all the communists live. Jackson, Wyoming. That's where I've been. So I have not been there. Missoula, Montana. I have been through Missoula. It's kind of hippy-dippy. But I'd imagine it's beautiful out there. You go down, that's where the Bitterroot Mountains are. You just drive south. It's like Salmon and all these other towns. Trapper Peak. The Bitterroots are very jagged, so I think you would love that. That'd be definitely one to take a look at. Casper, Wyoming, fuck no. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe you like solitude and single moms and meth. Okay, but Casper is one of the worst towns you could ever possibly visit. There's no trees. It's windy. It's blowy. There's kind of a mountain in the back. There's nothing to do in Casper. Nothing. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Old people live there. It's all right. I honestly would prefer to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. But you could do that stretch. It's all on Highway 25. Spend 2 weeks in Albuquerque or a week. You'll get a feel for it. You'll be like, okay. And it probably won't be for you because there's a fair amount of crime. But I don't know. I kind of like Albuquerque. Santa Fe is just an hour north. I'd spend like 3 days and do the Enchanted Circle and hang out in Santa Fe and realize, yep, this is for old people. And then you go up north. You could stop. Then Trinidad or Trinidad something. Then Colorado Springs. You may want to check out Fort Collins. I like Fort Collins. The Great One lives there. I liked Fort Collins. It's its own town. But then, yeah, you'd shoot up. I would not do Casper, Wyoming. I wouldn't do anything in Wyoming, to be frank. Bend, Oregon. I have not been to Bend, Oregon. I am generally against Oregon. Klamath Falls is a really cool town. Bend might be all right. Eugene might be all right. Salem is all right, but I would not go to Portland. Just stay the fuck away from Portland. Oregon's very pretty. So, man, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You're not paying taxes in this state. You just live in there. I mean, yeah, check out Oregon. Arcata, Eureka, and Redwoods, California. Haven't been there. California is one place I have not done. Grand Junction, Colorado, I have been to. That's not a bad town. Not a bad town. You're only about an hour out of Gateway. Moab is only an hour away. That'd be a good way to spoke out to other different places. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. I like Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene isn't that big, but it's not that. But man, you go right up Highway 90, and you got Wallace. You got some great hiking in those Idaho mountains there. Spokane's kind of odd. That's where it goes into technically a desert. So there's the Rockies and the Cascades and the part of Washington in between is technically desert. Eugene, Oregon, I mentioned that. Yeah. Bozeman, Montana. That is not that exciting. It's not as good as Missoula. You don't want to do Billings. Bozeman's all right. And Butte is also kind of like on a plain where it's all windy. And then you listed Casper, Wyoming again. No, don't go to Casper. You just saved yourself a lot of money and time and pain and agony for me to tell you not to go to Casper. Those are, look, I would not do Bozeman. I would not do Casper. The rest of them are fine. And if you chain them, you daisy chain them up, you could just kind of do a loop if you wanted. Because once you get up to, let's say you went to Fort Collins, okay, then you could drive and make your way up to Missoula in a day. Then you hit the Montana ones. Then you go through Idaho, get Coeur d'Alene, get Twin Falls, check it out. You could do this in the summer, a big, nice loop. You're going to run into tourist season, although maybe this is the year to do it because tourist season is kind of dampened by the coronavirus. And then you're on your way down back to Nevada. Yeah, hit your Oregons, your Californias. Boy, Grand Junction's kind of in the middle there. What I do is I do Fort Collins, then I cut over to the Grand Junction, then I'd go up into Montana and Idaho. That's what I would do. Well, you're a smart guy. You could figure that out. Any I would consider. These are all sizable towns. I was going to recommend Spearfish in the Black Hills area, but that not be a big enough town for you. Plus, it's going to be too far to your east. Maybe Leavenworth. Check out Leavenworth, Washington. Say hi to TJ Martinell for us. Just trying out. Reno. Reno should be on this list. You should be looking at Reno. Try and fit Reno in there. Or Carson City, Virginia City. Those are... Reno itself is kind of a shithole, but that populated area on the border between California and Nevada, I would definitely put Reno on this list. And that's about it. So, all right, there you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Oh, wait, we got super chats. Hang on. Let me... hang on, I got to take a call. That's how we roll at Asshole Consulting. See, if you guys didn't give me super chats, I could have just left. All right. Judd Grover for $2. More so than ever, I look forward to my retirement. I'm getting into transcendental meditation. That's because Cappy has to calm down. I've always had to calm down. But a buddy of mine, oh, you need to do transcendental meditation. And I'm like, yeah, I better, because my heart rate is getting back up and I'm getting very angry and I can't enjoy things anymore. Nick Mosley for $5. I just graduated with a degree in finance. I'm in North Dakota and can't find a job. Where should I move? You move to where the jobs are. The problem is you have a worthless degree and you're not going to be able to find a job in finance. If I were you, I'd go back. Right, honestly, now would be a good time to go back. Get yourself a master's degree in accounting and go become a CPA. Or apply for the military. With that degree, you should be able to start as an officer, but you have a worthless degree. I know it's a worthless degree because I have the exact same degree. And since this is the great and merciful Corona Chan and the economy is shit, no one's hiring. And no one would be hiring anyway if you were a finance degree, finance major. You guys got to talk. Look, the time to talk to me is about the age of 15. That's about the time when people need to talk to me. That's when I can do the most good. So if you have kids or younger brothers or younger sisters, have them contact or get them my book. You don't have to contact me. Just get the books and read them. Crank Sinatra. Cody, Wyoming. No, Cody's a tourist town. Also way too high, way too cold. It's in between the Bighorns and the Rockies. And it's a fun little town. It's nice and laid back when it's not tourist season. But it's going to be tourist season when he goes there. And I don't know, there's not much to do. He'd get bored. Then he was like, well, do I want to go to Jackson? Then you drive to Jackson. And you find out, oh, it's a bunch of Snooty elite leftists. Beautiful area. Like he was going to be an avid hiker, I'd say, yeah, sure. Or like his motorcycle riding. Some of the best motorcycle riding out there. Chief Joseph's Highway and Beartooth Pass is out there. Some beautiful, beautiful hiking. Sheldon is weak and cannot even take on Juan. Pathetic. What? Sheldon? Who's Sheldon? That's all right, Juan. I was just setting up a time to get that thing. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.